Hey everyone, Erica here from the Little Iguana's Children's Safety Foundation, and I'm excited to welcome you to another Tuesday and another tip of the week. It's that time of year again, back to school. We're getting back into new routines, new bus routes. We're seeing new classmates. We're talking to and seeing new teachers, new drop off routines. It can be exciting, it can be a little overwhelming, also, especially for our kids, and we have all of those changes happening right now. So it's really important that we check in with our kids and talk to them about how they're feeling as they navigate these transitions into a new school year. So today we're going to be talking about a super important Lil Iguana lesson for this season and for any season, talking to our kids about trusting their gut and teaching them about their harm alarm. So, what is the harm alarm? At Lil Iguana, we teach kids that it's their body's inner alarm clock. It's the way of saying it's a warning system. Something inside is not right. And we call it the harm alarm. It's that uh-oh feeling. Something's not right. I have a tummy ache. I might have a really fast heartbeat. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling sweaty or unsure. I want to leave. I want to hide. I just feel weird. Something is off. And I'm not even maybe sure why I'm feeling that way, but I just know that something is weird and I don't like this. So that's our harm alarm. That's our body's way of telling us something isn't right. And whenever we get that feeling, we need to share it with a grown up or an adult that we trust right away. So it's the new school year. There's a lot of new environments. Like I said, new adults, new rules, sometimes all at once. Your child might be in a classroom with someone they don't know very well, have a new teacher or a substitute teacher, or they might be assigned a different bus or an after school program. They might be meeting new teachers and new adults like a lunch monitor or a coach or a janitor or crossing guards. And these changes could be confusing or overwhelming. And they may have situations that come up during the school day where their harm alarm, that little alarm, is going to be going off. And it's important that we give our kids permission to notice these feelings and then the encouragement and the empowerment to talk about them after they have those weird feelings. So if they feel weird or confused or uncomfortable, they need to tell a trusted adult right away, even if they're not sure why they're feeling the way they're feeling, or they're not sure like exactly the emotion that they're feeling. They need to talk about it right away. We don't want them to second guess their instincts because, oh, like I didn't want to get in trouble, or I wasn't sure if this counted, or I wasn't sure. No one else seemed to feel weird, just me. So instead, we need to teach them that their feelings are real and valid, and they don't need to have a specific feeling or emotion that they know that they're feeling. They just need they just need to speak up. If they have that harm alarm goes off, that's enough. Having that feeling is enough to speak up no matter what, even if they don't know exactly why they're having that feeling. So I want you to talk to your child about who they can go to when they have their harm alarm go off, when they have that weird feeling. So if they're at school, they can talk to a teacher or a guidance counselor or their school nurse. If they're at home, they can see you as a parent or a caregiver, or maybe they can talk to their babysitter. I want you to talk to your child and make a list about who they can talk to, who the trusted adult is that they can talk to if they feel their harm alarm go off. And I want you to post it somewhere visible. And I want you to let your child know that these people are someone that they can talk to about anything, and that grown up will listen and that grown up will help. So it's a really good jumping off point to have your kiddos feel comfortable and feel empowered to talk to the grown-ups on your list. And a great jumping off point as well is our who can I talk to worksheet, because we're never going to be keeping secrets. We're only going to be keeping surprises. So if a grown-up tells us that we need to keep a secret, we need to tell someone right away. Who are we going to be telling? So our no secrets, only surprises, who should I tell worksheet is great because it gives situations and scenarios of where a child might be and who they could talk to in these different situations. Who's the trusted adult that they could tell if their harm alarm goes off in those situations? And it's a great jumping off point. And then you can make that list and talk about who are those trusted adults that they can go to and they can turn to when their harm alarm's going off. So it's really important during back to school time, as well as any time, to role play these situations and scenarios with your child. So you can ask questions like, what would you do if someone tries to get them to go with you, or if they ask you to go with them but you don't have permission and you have that weird feeling, what are you going to do in that situation? Or what if an adult or a teacher does something that makes you feel weird or makes you feel uncomfortable? And what if you're not sure if it's a big deal? Should you still tell? Should you still talk about it? So I want you to practice having them say, that felt weird. That made my harm alarm go off. This is something that I need to talk about. This is something that I need to tell. So I want your kids to practice speaking up, and that will help them do it when it matters most. And I want you to be receptive every time they speak up. Little things, big things, encouragement and positivity is super important so they feel empowered to speak up even when it's a big thing. So your tip of the week homework is to set aside 10 minutes this week to talk to your kiddos about their harm alarm. You can stream our song, Harm Alarm, wherever you stream your music. That's a great jumping off point. It's that inner alarm clock when you know something just doesn't feel right and you have to tell someone right away. It's our body giving us clues that something isn't right, even if we get that weird feeling. And even if someone tells us not to tell, we have to share that feeling. We have to tell a grown-up that we trust what happened and how we're feeling, because we're never going to get in trouble for speaking up. We have to always share if we have our harm alarm go off. So if you're looking for resources on how to introduce and teach this lesson, whether you're in your home or your classroom, we have lesson plans, role-playing activities, printable worksheets, and lesson guides and discussion guides, all to talk about the harm alarm lesson, as well as over 20 other safety and well-being topics. And if you are a member of our Safety Up Digital membership and you're an all access member, you get all of those digital resources included free in your membership. So make sure you're logged into your membership for your member discounts before you check out with your cart. And if you're looking to learn more about our Safety Up Digital membership, you can go to safetyup.org, and your first month is just $1, no matter what level of membership you choose. And to get all of our harm alarm resources, you can go to littleiguanausa.org/harm alarm, and you can get all of those resources right on our website. So this week, I want you to take 10 minutes, like I said, to talk about your harm alarm. It's that weird feeling you get inside. You know something just isn't right, and you have to tell a grown-up right away. It's important that they trust their gut and speak up, because they're going to be protecting themselves. So you got it this week. They got it. I'm going to see you next week for another tip of the week. Have a great one.